Hey tubers, it's Ben the Curious Consumer, and I'm back with another video about your Nintendo Switch. A few months ago, I put on a video about third-party Nintendo Switch Pro controllers that I found online. It was a pretty negative review of the controller because I was having a lot of issues with it, with the suggestion of a few viewers that have said that they've bought these controllers in the past to give it another shot. So I did. I went online and I picked up a couple more of these aftermarket, third-party, non-branded Nintendo Switch clone Pro controllers, and to my surprise, they work pretty well. Now, with those Pro controller clones, you do lack some of the features of an actual Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Now, the Nintendo Switch Pro controllers typically have the branding here on the front where it says Nintendo Switch, and the branding on the back says Nintendo. Plus, it has the added functionality of NFC support for the amiibo characters. So if you're playing a game like Zelda and you want to put in some of your amiibo's add-ons, you can put your amiibo right here on the top of the controller and it will just beam your information to the game, so you actually have those added components. It's also a more refined finish on these Nintendo Switch Pro controllers. Not only do you have the message under here that says thanks to all gamers, but you also have like the edges here feel very smooth, like there's no gaps. And if you take a look at the aftermarket Pro controllers, there's gaps here that you can actually feel with your fingers. You don't even need a fingernail for that, but there's gaps there. Now, the battery life in these controllers aren't bad, but the Nintendo Switch Pro controller definitely has an edge there, hands down. But what made me want to post another video was the fact that I've been looking online for a long time now, and I'm a collector, and I love collecting different paraphernalia for different systems, and I noticed that now what you're seeing popping up online are clone controllers of the collector's controllers for the Nintendo Switch. Ones like the Xenoblade Controller, which is an exact replica of the Xenoblade Controller. You have the black line coming up here, looks tribal, and then of course you have the green or teal line coming across here with the red controller grips and that red backing. This is an aftermarket clone controller that's made to look exactly like the Nintendo Switch Pro controller did, and you don't have to spend $100 to $200 to get this controller. This controller was $29 on eBay. I also found this controller, the Splatoon 2 collector's controller. It has all the same Splatoon markings here, like the paint splatter and then the picture here on the inside. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but I know you can definitely see the splatters. But it is an exact replica, except minus the Nintendo branding on the back. And it has all the same splatter marks like you would have on the actual controller. This one here feels more refined. It has the smooth edges here. You don't have that part sticking off. And it feels great in the hand. The only issue that I have with this controller is if you take a look right here on the front, see if I can get that in focus for you, the B right here is not straight. The B is actually, the back of the B is on the bottom and on the top. So I'm going to have to take this apart and fix that B. But the controllers themselves look identical to the Nintendo Switch Pro controllers, collector controllers that they have on the market. Now, do they support NFC? No. I have not come across any Nintendo Switch clone controllers that support NFC. Not yet, anyway. Even though some of the boxes have boasted that it does have NFC support, not one of those have I seen work with NFC. They don't even have the wake from sleep option on there either. So if I have synchronized these controllers to my Nintendo Switch, and even if I press the buttons here, my Nintendo Switch doesn't wake from sleep. Also, the thing that I'm very impressed with here is in the past when you had any of these clone controllers, when you're on that change controller screen on your Nintendo Switch, it'll show the controller shape when it synchronizes to the console. In this case with these controllers, it shows the shape and it shows the grip color. So they did figure out a way to make it look really official, like so super official that when you put it on the system, you won't even know the difference. They are pretty precise. I haven't had any issues, even though in the last video I said don't buy these. Ever since the update for the Nintendo Switch, the controllers have been working just fine with no delays and none of that issues that I've had in that video. So if you are thinking about jumping online and picking up any of these controllers, you can do it with some confidence. Again, you aren't going to be getting the same functionalities as a Nintendo Switch Pro controller that costs 3 times the amount, but it will get the job done for some of the basic needs that you may have for just playing games like Smash Brothers or Mario Kart. So I do give these a buy grade. So if you are thinking about getting secondary controllers, definitely think about getting some of these. They're $29 or $28 on eBay. Just look up Nintendo Switch Pro controllers and these will pop up. There's a ton of them on there. I have not seen a Nintendo Smash Brother clone controller yet, but I'm sure that'll be coming in the future if you didn't get your hands on any of those. Or you could also think about doing a shell swap. If, let's say, you like this controller here, it looks very similar to Nintendo Switch Pro controller, take it apart. It does fit all the same internals as a Pro controller. So take your Pro controller, slide it in here, and then, of course, now you have an official without the branding of Nintendo here or Switch here on the front. But it'll give you all the same functionality, so you could always do a case swap. Well, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you found this video helpful. And check out some of our other videos. If you did like this video, give us a big thumbs up. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at BeCurious. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Stay curious, and thanks for watching.